To show you how I manage my executive meetings and how I can access all the decisions we make all in one place. So you see here that I have the project executive meetings. So usually I go here and to get access to the main decisions that we made in each meeting, I just go through the report. I open the report and let's say I click on January 10th. In here I will have access to the conclusions and the main highlights of the sessions. So this is always updated. So if you see here, I have also January 24th, and as soon as someone updates the conclusions from the session or something changes, this gets updated automatically, but this is easily accessible, and all of us can access this report and know exactly what decisions we made. And if I go back to the project itself, so if I click here, you will see that I have all the meetings that we have, and of course each meeting is using a different resource. So on January 10th, we wanted to discuss a few things. So we used a whiteboard, a simple whiteboard. And in here you see that we had the main topic and the conclusions in here. Of course, if we want to leave conclusions of the sessions, we can do that in here. If we had external resources that that basically we were using during this session, we will add those links here. Going back to the project, you also have here other sessions. So in here, we wanted to develop an action plan for the next 90 days. So we worked together and kind of evaluated all those key things that we thought we needed to do and decided which ones we really wanted to move forward with. So we have all of that here, and as you see, if I go to conclusions, a team member added the conclusions here, and so on. So the next session, that is next month, we want to decide between a few ideas, and we already prepare this session. So as you see, we are gonna have 2 groups. So each group is gonna talk about these 2 ideas separately and going to evaluate these ideas. So we have here idea 1 with pros and cons, and idea 2, pros and cons, benefits, risk, and all of that. And then we will get to vote those ideas. So to give you an idea of how this session works, basically I invite the team here. So I invite them, or basically I can also quickly invite them as a guest. So I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna add the link here. And as you see here, I have access to the session, and it's hard to show from my computer, but if I go around here, maybe you probably see that we see each other. So this is a collaborative session, and as soon as I click here, I will be able to see that here. So as I mentioned, I will basically add the session, the next meeting here, and say, okay, I have a meeting on February 25, and then I can add a title, or I can just leave it like this, it doesn't matter. And then I decide how to manage this meeting. So maybe we need a whiteboard to discuss ideas, or maybe we need another type of session. So I can build that session by clicking here, or I can choose a tool. So there are tons of tools for project planning, team building, evaluation, market research, by case study. So just find your tool or build it based on what you need. And as you are gonna see here, I will add the due date, when it's gonna happen, and automatically will send a notification to the whole team. So I'm just gonna delete this session that I just added, and I'm gonna show you something else. So if I go to the board view, is where I see basically the calendar for where I will place all these meetings. So basically I have January in here and so on. So every time I add a session, I basically decide, okay, for March, I'm just gonna prepare it here, and I add the name, and as I mentioned, then you will prepare the session. Something interesting in here is that I can add a connection, and when you add a connection, you basically can decide if you want to send the conclusions from this session to the next session automatically. This is usually very helpful for two reasons. One, when you move to the next session, and let's say you have that meeting a month later, 2 months later, you probably don't remember what happened in the previous meeting. So by sending the conclusions, you don't need to go back, find those conclusions, find those takeaways, and move forward from there. You directly have those conclusions inside that session, and everything is already prepared and ready for you to move forward. So that's one reason. And the second reason is that if someone wasn't invited to the next session, that person can be automatically updated with everything that happened in the previous session. So this is something that you can add, or if you don't need it, it's completely fine. And then the other option is adding a date dependency. So basically, if I have a meeting today, let's say, and I want to have a meeting in 30 days, and I want to make sure that it's automatically updated, and the due date, and everyone gets a notification automatically, and I don't need to add the date and all of that, then I will just basically add the dependency, and I will say, okay, I want it to start 29 days after this meeting, and automatically will add the dates for me. And if I add the duration, let's say I want to have this session open for a day, then this will be done automatically. I just need to invite the team, and that's pretty much it. Before I move forward with this, I just want to show you again how to access the report. So you can access the report directly from here, or if you are inside, whether you are in this view or you are in the list view, you can go here and say report, and automatically you have all the sessions that you will have. So by the end of the year, you will have all the meetings that you have that you had during the year in here, and you can click on one of this, and automatically you will be able to see what were the decisions that you made, the highlights, and all of that. So that is all for today. Thank you for watching.